Welcome back to Free My Cure. I'm Nicola. Today we are going to make some butterscotch candies, some infused butterscotch candies. So we're going to do Northern Lights as our cannabis. So let's go ahead and get this started. We have 3 3/4 cups of granulated sugar. This is Cannabutter with vanilla. Add it for a little bit more flavor and potency. This is our light corn syrup that I infused last night. This is infused with cannabis. It has 20 grams of Northern Lights, which is a good heavy indica. And then a cup of water. It is quite simply that easy. Now, one of the most important things is I need to stir this really good so everything blends in there without exceeding 310 degrees. Once I hit 310 degrees, this is ready to start pouring candy. So this is the thick sugar. Now none of the flavoring is in here except the Cannabutter at this point in time. So as you see, I have my candy thermometer, but I also have my Raytec, just to make sure. So now I'm waiting for all of this to dissolve. You can add food coloring to this if you want to make it festive, or if you want a browner color, or if you just want to play with it. I don't personally care for the food coloring, so I don't use it in my candies. So this one's just being a pain in the butt today. Now, while I'm waiting for this to do what it's got to do, I am going to use my cup. Actually, I'll just pull the ice maker thing out. Okay, maybe I won't. Add ice. I am going to fill this container with ice water to help form my candies. So I'm going to let that get cold. So these are going to be some pretty potent candies. There is cannabis infused into the butter that was put in here, as well as cannabis infused into the corn syrup. So each one of these candies are going to be about 30 milligrams a piece. Always keep an eye on your temperature. I'm at 163 degrees now. Candy can be a bit temperamental. And you know me, we always have to be able to smoke. This way we don't contaminate our candies. So I'm at 192 degrees. Once we get closer to 300 degrees, I'm going to stop stirring this all together. I want it to stir, or I want it to boil into the next stage. But I don't want it to burn before we do that, so I'm going to bring it back over and let you see what we got here. So it's almost completely dissolved. As you can see, it's clear fluid now. We are at 210 degrees. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, now we're going into a boil. Which is exactly what I want it to do, and I don't want to touch it unless it's going to spill over, which it might do. Hopefully I don't have to dump it into another container and we don't spill over. But we have to make it to 300 degrees. It's not going to make it. Yep, hold on. At least I didn't make too big of a mess. That is the one thing that I hate doing about candy is I never know if I need the bigger pot or if I'm good. Especially since you're not supposed to stir it once you get close to 300 degrees. Okay, now you guys can see a little better. And you'll see this rich caramely flavor, well, yeah, caramely look to it. Okay, we're going to stop stirring here in a minute. One of the biggest mistakes with making hard candy is not allowing it to get to the proper temperature. 300 degrees is mandatory for hard candy to set. And then once we hit that 300 degrees, I will turn the heat off and add the butterscotch flavoring. Right now you can really, really smell the northern lights. It is yummy, yummy, yummy. Sometimes you gotta switch things up a little bit to hit the right temperature. Oh, I can't wait. Love butterscotch. I need to increase my temperature, so I'm moving it to a hotter burner. It's always easier to clean it when it's warm. There we go, we are getting there. You also have to boil most of that water back out. Now when you're done with this, you can do it two ways. You can lay it out on a cookie sheet, let it form, and then break it. And then you just shatter the pieces. Or you can make them portion size. I'll be making these portion size today. $2.52. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to check on my water here. Make some tea. $2.55. Coffee pot scared me. We are almost there, guys. $2.62. Get an idea what it looks like in there. Oh, and I'm steaming up my phone. You can smell the cannabis that's in there, and you can smell the vanilla and the butter. But since the butterscotch isn't in there yet, it doesn't have a distinguished smell yet. But the cannabis and the butter smells delicious. It's very, very yummy. I wish you had smell-o-vision. You would love it. $280 degrees. 20 more degrees. We're getting there. Oh, so I figured out a hack for my Keurig because my Keurig doesn't like to make just hot water, so I can make tea. So you guys will find this funny. I cut the bottom of a Starbucks K-cup off, and that's how I trick it now into making me water. 286. We're getting there. I know it always feels weird. I feel like I need to stir it, but you're not supposed to. $2.93. We are almost there. Another shot in the bucket or in the pan. Oops, sorry about that. My bad. Okay, we are at 300 degrees. Candy thermometer can come out. It can be removed from the heat. Now, right here, I am going to take my butterscotch. Smells amazing. And just put that sucker right in there. Oh my goodness, that smells so yummy. Oh my gosh, wow. Now you want the smell-o-vision. That is so pretty, pretty, pretty. So where am I going to put in? So now we are going to come over to here. Okay. Now we have these, or I have these little muffin tins that I'm going to use differently today. As I'm not prepared for what I'm doing. I want to taste, but I know it is going to be very, very hot. These will be very lovely. Now you can get candy molds, you can get all kinds of things to make different shapes, sizes. I just do it this way, easy for the testers. I know they'll get a good size to taste. Now all I'm going to do is take this and plop it into that ice water without getting water into the trays themselves. And move to the next tray. And you can fill them, to whatever desire you want, because these are just testers for me to test the recipe with. I do it this way. And I will probably make these trays with the candies, and then I'll do the shatter break candies with the other. So it will have different sizes and shapes. Just something fun. And remember, when you're working with this, it's cooling down, so yeah, you're gonna have to work pretty quickly. Let's sneak a taste. Oh wow, that's really good. Oh, yummy. Oh, I'm in trouble. I could eat these all day long. Very good. It's not an overbearing butterscotch flavor, so I think I need to use a little bit more butterscotch next time. But it's really good. I'm also going to try some root beer and other flavors as well. And then when these are all done and cooled, yep, pop them out. They need to be cooled a little bit more. So, and that's it. You have your tray with butterscotch candies in it. So that's how we do it. I will finish the rest of these up, post the pictures and the recipe on the website. See you guys later. Bye.